What are you doing here, Lila? How funny. I was about to ask you the same thing. It seems as though you're cavorting with the enemy behind my back, puppet. Cavorting? How disappointing. Mira suddenly forces her way to the front to face off against Lila, her chainsaw in hand. Vampire! You must be the one I've been looking for. Oh? You're looking for little old me? I'm flattered. But I'm afraid I don't swing that way. Oh, that is funny. Even with Mira staring daggers at her, Lila has no trouble disregarding her completely and remains focused on me. Oops, Onyx is in trouble. What are you doing down here, Onyx? Other than trailing a vampire hunter like a long lost puppy? Like a lost puppy dog. Wow. She gives Mira only the briefest of glances. Pure venom laced in her eyes. Well, you see, I think she's jealous. But why are you jealous, old hag? How can I explain this? Alright, let's see. Tell her about the attack. Tell her about the other vampire. Or blame it on Mira. Oh, if you don't want to sort this out, blame it on another. Oh, so lovely. But I'm not gonna choose this. I can tell her about the other vampire or tell her about the attack. I don't think she's gonna care about the attack, but she's definitely gonna care about another vampire. So tell her about the other vampire. Let's see what she does. There was an attack, and we came by to help out. Anyway, Onyx already told about the attack, then what was the point of the option even being there? But when we arrived, we found Clara here being attacked by zombies. And there was another vampire with her. Lila's eyes widened. I think that was the right choice. Another vampire? But there shouldn't be any others here. Sounds like the big, tough vampire's lady's not really in the loop. I guess I won't have to bother questioning you before I kill you then. Oh, Mira is aggressive. Mira revs up her chainsaw, ready to fight. Lila bares her fangs in response, a serpent-like hiss escaping her mouth. But before either side can make a move, Clara throws herself into the center. Wait! What the heck are you two fighting for? Let's just talk this out. An ordinary person between a vampire hunter and a vampire. Impressive. There's no point in talking. Vampires aren't capable of anything except lies and manipulation. A zealot, are you? I'll be doing the world a favor wiping your existence from it. You don't have to... Wah! Clara is quickly cut off as Mira suddenly rushes forward and takes a swing, nearly hitting the girl with her chainsaw's blade. Oof. Lila dodges the attack easily, responding by raising her sharpened nails for a counterattack. What the hell are you two doing? I take hold of Clara and move her out of the way, before slamming the off button on Mira's chainsaw. Mira! Are you seriously going to attack so recklessly with innocent civilians nearby? And Lila, you just found out about another zombie attack and the presence of a vampire you didn't even know was here. Shouldn't you be focusing on that instead of spilling blood? Brave you are, Onyx. Both women respond with sneers as they reluctantly disengage from the conflict. Eventually, they seem to cool down. You're right, puppet. I'll be the bigger woman and put our differences aside for the time being, so that we might share our findings. Poof! No way! I have one job, and that's to kill this witch. Why should I let her keep on living so she can enact her diabolical schemes? Because something bigger is going on here, Mira. Duh! Lila is trying to figure out the source of these zombies and put a stop to them. As someone who fights to stop evil, you should want the same thing. Mira hesitates, disdain never leaving her face even as her stance relaxes. You have a point. I'll give this thing 10 minutes before I decide what I'm going to do next. Thing? A vampire thing? Okay. That's all I can ask for. Hump. I will say that I'm quite unhappy with you for blabbering about my mission, puppet. But if the information you have gathered can assist me with the matter, then I would be willing to look past it. Then let's get this figured out. I glance briefly to the side and catch a glimpse of Clara standing in a corner with her head down and her arms crossed, as though she's hugging herself. Is she okay? I doubt she is. She almost got chainsawed by Mira. I better see what's up. Okay, let's check on Clara. I'll be back in a second. Can I trust you two to talk without tearing into one another? Onyx, you shouldn't rely on them. Better come back quick. Of course, puppet. Just make it quick. I give the two a nod and break away to approach Clara. From the look of it, she's too wrapped up in her thoughts to even notice me. Hey, huh? She perks up for just a moment, only to immediately deflate in the next. Oh, hey Onyx. What's up? I just wanted to make sure you were doing alright. It's not like you to look so down. Yeah, I'm fine. It's just, I really hate it when people fight. It reminds me of... Ooh, a backstory. Clara's backstory is here as well. Never mind. Oh, I do mind. Come on, continue. Clara, what is it? Just some old family stuff. I don't want to get into it now. It's just when I see people fighting, I can't help but get upset. Even though I would do anything to make it stop, I just sort of shut down. Clara stares at the ground, but even then, I can still see the absolute misery in her eyes. Clara. I step a little closer and gently wrap an arm over her shoulders. She leans into me, seemingly comforted by the gesture. I get it. You want everyone to be happy, and you're willing to put yourself in harm's way for it. Quite literally. Yes, quite literally indeed. But it doesn't always work out. But you got them to stop. Oh, now she's comparing to Onyx, okay? How were you able to defuse the situation so easily? All I was able to do was almost lose my head. Courtesy of Mira. Clara glumly grabs at a bit of her hair where the edges appear frayed and distinctly shorter. Ooh, she cut her hair off with the chainsaw. Wow, I guess Mira's swing was closer than I thought. I just got lucky. I happen to know how to appeal to both sides. Clara's eyes lights up a little. I guess I could try that next time, but I would probably just screw it up. As swiftly as it appeared, the light in her eyes vanishes once more. Clara is so hard on herself. I wish I could help her feel better. But just like trying to put a stop to conflict, some things can't be fixed so easily. I think the best thing now is to offer her what support I can. I gently tug Clara closer, letting her rest against my chest. For what it's worth, Clara, I think you did a good job. Thanks, Onyx. I really don't think so, but I appreciate you saying it. She rests her head against my chest, closing her eyes for a few minutes while she composes herself. And once she feels better, I go back to Lila and Mira. Sorry about that. Don't apologize, puppet. I saw what you were doing. It was so sweet. Lila's tone is just neutral enough that I can't tell whether she's being sincere or sarcastic. Anyway, before we get started, can we please leave these dank old tunnels? The four of us resurface for some fresh air to find the sun completely gone and darkness all around us. Oh, it's nighttime already. And once we have filled our lungs with the cool night air, we take a few minutes to appraise one another of the situation. I see. The news of her deceased kin leaves Lila silent for a while. But eventually, she refocuses back on the conversation. I'm not familiar with the vampire you described, nor do I know a thing about any sort of plan he may have been party to. Phew, as if I believed that. Didn't you just believe it a while ago when she said she didn't know the vampire? Now you're two-faced, Mira. Regardless, it sounds as though it may have had something to do with the zombies you encountered. And if that's the case, then it would behoove both of our sides to discover what we can. Behoove? What does behoove mean? I forgot. I agree. I'm not working with the vampire. I figured she might say that. How can I convince her? Appeal to her morality? Offer a compromise? I don't think she has any morality right now. Not when it comes to vampires. She even tried to behead a civilian. So I gotta offer a compromise. Alright. You don't have to work with Lila. Just with me. Lila nods. Onyx has proven quite adept at finding trouble. And more impressively, coming out of it in one piece. I doubt he would have come out of it in one piece if I didn't restart that one time when you killed him. He will be quite useful to both of us. Way to make me feel like a tool, Lila. If it's all settled, then I suppose we are to enter into a temporary, I won't go so far as to say alliance. Let's simply call it a ceasefire. If Onyx agrees to act as a middleman for our efforts, then we can work in tandem without having to bear one another's presence. That sounds like a fair plan to me. Mira? Fine. I won't try to kill the vampire for now. But I want you to keep me posted on every suspicious thing she does. Got it? If it will make you feel better. Clara steps forward, her demeanor still timid and reserved. If I can interject for a moment, I would like to offer my help too. I'm not much of an investigator, but I'm pretty sure I can get something out of the zombie samples I collected. If it would help, I mean, it would be a big help, I'm sure. Agreed. I already said yes to this, so then it's settled. From now on, the four of us are a team. Way to go, Onyx, you're in a team now. Sort of. Uneasy allies, at the very least. Lila chuckles softly as she steps up to Mira, offering her slender hand. Seal our pact, Miss Mira. The huntress glares at her. Don't call me that. Lila perks a brow and then smiles at Mira, apparently taking pleasure in antagonizing her would-be adversary. So much for civility then. Well, Onyx, what shall we do next? That's a good question. We should probably focus on a premium choice? No, not a premium choice, okay. So, uncovering the dead vampire's plan, tracking down the source of the zombies. We can't uncover the vampire's plan because the only clue we had was the vampire, and he's long gone. So that's gonna lead to a dead end. So we have to start from here, tracking down the source of the zombies. As much as I would like to know what the vampire had to do with all this, We need to prioritize preventing any more attacks like this by finding the source of the zombies. Agreed. The sooner we stop it, the safer everyone on this campus will be. The last thing I want is more people being turned into those creatures. I'm going to report back to the boss and work on a plan. Sounds good. Just maybe don't mention working with the vampire? Never. Without another word, Mira turns right around and marches off. I will take the samples to the university's lab. I have no idea how I'm going to smuggle undead human parts in there, let alone run tests on them. But I'll figure something out. Good luck, Clara. Clara flashes a shaky smile as well as a peace sign before she too departs, leaving only Lila and me. What a bizarre collection we have turned out to be. No kidding. What are you going to do next, Lila? Me? Naturally, I'm going to return to my coven and find out what I can. By the way, coven is like a guild, so she's gonna return to her guild and find out what she can from her guildmates. If you don't know what a guild is, it's an RPG term. So you can search it up. Before that, though, I would like to pay respects to my fallen comrade. Her gaze shifts towards the entrance to the steam tunnels. That's unexpected. I guess vampires must have more of a kinship than I realized. It would be wrong to have her do it alone, wouldn't it? Alright, then let's go. I was gonna ditch her, but okay, we can provide the old lady some comfort. If you'd like, I can go with you. A gentle smile crosses Lila's lips. Well, if you're offering, I would most certainly appreciate the assistance. I lead her to the body and discover it looks quite different from how we left it. What the heck? Lila lowers herself to get a better look at the vampire's remains. Strangely, it appears to be covered in a thin film of some kind of dust. Ah, yes. He was most certainly of the Evernight Cavil. What is this, Cavil? One of my very own kin. I'm sorry? Lila gently shakes her head. You needn't be. These things happen. Especially to younglings like him. Younglings. Of course he's young compared to this old hag. How can you tell he's young? For that matter, how could you tell he was part of your cable? Suffice it to say, we have our ways. It would be unwise for me to share such secrets with a human, even if it's you. That was strangely kind. Does she really see me as different from other humans? I doubt it if she was willing to end you as say she would do to a normal human, so yeah. In my brief moment of distraction, Lila takes out a rather ornate looking lighter and holds it up to the vampire's body. What are you doing? Accelerating his withering. His what? When we vampires die, our body desiccates and gradually turn to dust. I don't think I got that right, but hey. It's a rather undignified end to simply let a body sit and waste away for hours. So, as part of our funeral I can't even spell funeral rites, the remains are ignited to put their spirit to rest. I see. Lila ignites the lighter and holds it against the deceased vampire's chest. I expect the whole process to be rather slow. But to my surprise, his entire body is engulfed in a single second. And in less than a minute, only a pile of ash remains. There. Gingerly, Lila dips her fingers into the ashes and collects as much as she can fit in her cupped hands. Would you mind taking a handful? Sure. It's a strange request, but I would be a jerk if I didn't honor it. Once I've scooped up some ashes, Lila gestures for me to follow. Like our own little two-person procession, she and I march through the park until we reach the nearby pond. This part should be familiar to humans, correct? We are going to release the ashes into nature. That's right. The final farewell. Lila closes her eyes and fans her hands outward, letting the ashes be taken by the wind. I mirror the action with all the respect I can offer, then turn to her. Lila's head is hanging low, as though she's praying. After a few moments, she straightens out and takes a breath. Thank you for attending, Onyx. Be sure to take care when you return to your room. Do you want to walk together? No. I would like some time to think through all of this. She offers a kind-hearted smile before the two of us part ways. Another chaotic day comes to an end. I think most of Onyx's day has been chaotic, hasn't it? Unless something else decides to pop up in the final hours. Don't jinx it, Onyx, don't jinx it anymore. As if conjured by my thoughts alone, my phone starts to vibrate. Oh boy, I probably jinxed it. Yes you did. Who could that be? Answer it. There's no point ignoring it either way. Wearily, I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone to answer the call. Hello? Hey, Onyx. I kinda guessed it would be Emma. You know those plans you were telling me about? Yeah? They don't happen to involve the student council president, do they? No? Why? In that case, do you mind telling me what the heck Sophia's doing hanging out on your bed at this hour? Wait, what's she doing there? What's she doing in his bed anyway? Say what? Oh, that was the end. Alright then, that's another chapter gone.